Take 3. Yeah, I had to start this video 3 times. God, it's annoying. One was interrupted. The other one had a coughing fit. Anyways, take 3. October 21st, Tuesday. Still on the topic of relationships, because that's what Going No Contact is about. Realizing you grew up tolerating shitty connections. And like I said this before, it's like, take the sheet off. It could be a fucking plastic table. Just because the title is over it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean it's going to withstand pressure. If it's a plastic table, it's going to crumble. And the sheet, the tablecloth, is the title that you just draped over it. You have to look underneath the tablecloth. So, on the tricky relationship ones, because there are people out there that want to have a relationship with you that don't really care about you. They're using you. And I'm going to start putting out the red flags for people. Number 1, you feel hidden. I've had multiple relationships, friendships, where I felt hidden. They wouldn't invite me over with their girlfriend. You know, they wouldn't, be the third party, or there's something off about them bringing you into their world, their real world. They don't mind texting, and they don't mind emails or, early morning phone calls or whatever. They don't mind that. That's how they want to keep it. They want to keep it at a distance. And why do they want to keep this at a distance? Because their real relationship isn't giving them what they need. It looks good on the outside, but their desires aren't met, or intellectually they're not met. I don't know, whatever it could be, right? It can be a multitude of things. So then they come to me to have those conversations about inappropriate things, or conversations could be conspiracy topics, could be sexual things that they're too embarrassed to admit, or it could be just, I am their fantasy. So that's one of them. Those are the hidden. Those are the hidden ones. The other ones, and those I would say are like pertaining to my male friendships, some of them, which I recently decided to close the door on, FYI. Because it started to feel weird. Like, I would get a feeling inside of me of uncomfortable. So, because it's not real. It's fake. It's behind the scenes. It's not out there and celebrated. It's not real. Another one. The girl ones. Because I am a girl and I'm not looking for fantasy physical things. These ones are very similar to how men are in competition with one another. Okay? And they'll collect cars and families in the bigger house. It's a whose dick is the biggest type of game, you know? And girls do this too. Nobody cares if you have 5 Hondas in your driveway. Everybody takes notice if you have 5 Ferraris in your driveway, right? So girls collect pretty girls as friends. And you can tell because they don't want to just hang out. They always want to go and do something. Let's go do something. We're not doing enough. We're enjoying each other's presence in conversations. That should be enough. And if there's more, like they feel like, oh, well, we always just hang out or whatever. What's the difference of hanging out here or hanging out somewhere else? We need to be seen. If we're both chasing men or whatever, if we're both like, there's a purpose, sure. We want to go to Playland. It's fun, you know? Or I want to go out and socialize and listen to a comedy club. It's fun, sure. But like, if the need is to be out in public, to be seen, they're not really a friend. They're just wanting you to be their side purse. That's another one. I had another girlfriend recently, and I had to figure out like why she wanted to be my friend as well, because she didn't want to show up for the good times. And I guess it was like I was kind of a Ferrari, but not in the same way. Like, she didn't want to take me out driving, you know. She didn't want to take the Ferrari for a drive. It was a use of variety of topics that I can talk about, because I'm pretty broad. Like, I can talk about metaphysical stuff, and then I can talk about history, and I can talk about chemistry and physics. Like, I can all over, right? So I'm pretty broad. And so I think I was kept as, hey, somebody checks in on me. Look, I'm not a loner. Hard conversations that I want to talk about ghosts or whatever, like she'll talk about them. Like, there's never a no-go area with Adrian. And I had to let those ones go too, because you don't just get one perk of somebody, you know, like you got to take the whole thing. And when somebody starts just showing me one thing, right? And it was good because I like tested this theory, right? Like, are they checking in for me, or are they checking in for themselves to keep tabs? And when I put up like a request, right, for them checking in, like I'll put up a request. Hey, come on over. Too tough. So then why are you checking in? They didn't want to make plans. Then why are you checking in? Like, if you have no future plan to see me or hang out and make plans in the future, then why are you checking in? Yeah. Another one, like I was like, hey, this conversation makes me uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to have these conversations when you have a spouse. And then they kept doing it. It would like go a few days, and like they'd pretend to care about my like current circumstances. But then once I like calmed down from setting my boundary, they would then submit another one. See if I could they could get me and I wouldn't respond. And then the feeling of, this person makes me uncomfortable. They're clearly not respecting my boundaries. And they're keeping this relationship. They're not going to like break up with their spouse and change their life and come this way. No. They're going to keep me on the back burner, hidden. Anyways, I am picking up every relationship, looking at every conversation and finding the root of it. Because I need to plug the holes in my cup. No matter how many good things or what good things I eat, there's holes in my cup where I'm leaking my precious fucking energy. Because it is like my thoughts, my emotions, my care, that is what I'm giving. And when people are just siphoning it and not giving it back to me, I'm always depleted. So yeah, there's watch out for the people collecting Ferraris. Watch out for the people that don't want to deal with their unsatisfied reality and use you to not deal with it, right? If I have this girl on the side that I can keep my fantasy secret with, then I don't have to change anything over here. Because this is stable, this is boring, this is basic. It's not going to cause any drama. This person over here isn't going to make me grow, isn't going to point out my deficiencies and how I need to be a better man or a better woman. This person will. So I don't totally want to engage with her fully. It's like this, such a anyways. So yeah, so any friendship or relationship, whatever it is, that is not real, not out in the open, there's some level of like, gotta keep it secret, then I'm out of here. See you later. Because that effort that I would have put into that conversation is now going towards myself. As you guys all know, I like to research. And so that precious time that I wasted on you siphoning and not returning it back to me, and returning it back to me is actually showing up. And showing up and like really caring, respecting a boundary and never coming over it again, and like really putting effort in. Not like, this was a 2-minute site that I sent to you. Like, here, let's go to the houses. Let's search these out. Here, let me help you lift that couch. Those are the real ones. So, learning a lot. And just taking the tablecloth off. Oh, look, another plastic table. Oh, look, another plastic table. Right? So, and the ones that I'm building now, because I'm building new relationships now, and I watch what they do with the information that I give them, and if they show up, if they put effort in, if they check in when I'm sick, if I don't show up at home at a certain time, you know, they care, and they show that they care. Not care enough just so that they can get their needs met in another conversation. Here, if I show her enough care, then I get to talk about the inappropriate things that I want to talk about. Tricksters. And instead of being angry with them, I'm flipping it and being like, Adrian, you finally are figuring it out. So I don't even care about why they're doing that. I don't care anymore. That's like not my business. I just look at it in a positive way, being like, yeah, you're figuring it out at 36 years old. You're figuring out nonverbal communication. You're figuring out relationships, safe ones, real ones. Because like I said, I didn't have a real relationship with my parents. I was a Ferrari. I was a tool that they could say they have a daughter and a son. And if I did good things, if I was in the stock market or I won things, sure, they would, oh, we'll give her accolades because she performed for us. Not actually gave a shit about how I felt. So when you grow up in that type of environment, you don't understand what real relationships are. So I'm relearning and figuring it out. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and all the best. Peace.